Hello, guys and gals. Lloyd Dobson coming to you from my branch office here in Treasure Island, Florida. Uh, the fact that you've made it this far means that you're serious about changing the direction of your life. And this presentation that I'm about to share with you is really important. It's something that is the foundation of success as far as I'm concerned, and that's after years of experience in this beautiful life. The outlook on your life, how you think, is absolutely critical to the way you feel and the way you act, and that's the whole premise of my presentation here with you today. So, as you're looking at the screen, it says think, feel, and act. Now, I want you to stay with me through this whole presentation. Now, obviously, it's a little bit probably lengthy. However, pause and come back to it, but complete the whole presentation, because at the end, I have some fantastic free bonuses for you. Okay, this is the Dobson School of Thought. First of all, how you think is extremely critical. Just suppose you were walking down the street and someone ran into you and knocked you down on the ground, and you got up all angry about it. Well, the reason you did, because of the way you think. Because the way you're thinking is, you're thinking that the person ran into you on purpose, and that's how you feel now. You felt like that they ran into you on purpose, so now you act upon it, and you act angrily, and you might get in a scuffle or raise your voice, obviously, and push them around and that type of thing. However, let's say that same scenario again, using the premise think, feel, and act. Suppose a person came along, knocked you down, but your thinking is, well, you know what, that person really didn't do that on purpose, and so you say you're sorry for getting in front of them, and that's the way you act. So you see, how you think is really critical on how your life turns out, and how each situation through the course of a day turns out. So how you feel or how you think determines on how you feel, and how you feel determines on how you act. And right now you're looking at the screen and it says red clay mines, and in the background that happens to be a picture of the soil in Georgia if a person doesn't cultivate it and treat it so that they can grow anything. I've got a friend that lives up there in Georgia, and I visited them a couple of times, and sure enough, out there in their far part of their backyard where they haven't cultivated the soil, there's absolutely no vegetation there. And to me, a person who doesn't understand the possibilities of having an online business and working from home, or researching all the possibilities to better themselves by educating themselves and developing themselves, working on their personal development, they have red clay minds. Let me give you an example of red clay mines. I have a friend that's depressed because he can't find a job, and certainly right now with the economy the way it is, there's a lot of unemployment. However, there's plenty of employment out there to be had also. But he's depressed. I've shared with him what I do, the online business, how I generate an income, sitting at home or sitting out on the beach. And his take on it is simply this. He says, I don't have time to get involved with anything like that. And now he's behind on his bills, behind on his rent, behind on his utilities, and yet he doesn't have time to take a look at the possibilities of it. I mean, it blows my mind. Now, I have another friend who just got laid off, and I was sharing this perfect opportunity with him of the business opportunity, how he could come over to my place, and I would, sit with him and go through the logistics, share information, the tools and the strategies to help him create a business online where he could then go back home and start generating an income. I mean, a perfect opportunity. And yet he would rather, he shares with me, well, no, I need to spend that time going out and try to find a $12 to $15 an hour job. I mean, I don't understand. I just don't understand. However, it's his life. Now, several months ago, I have a friend that entered into the corporate management for the first time in his life. So he gets out there, and now he finds out that they're dictating when he has to get up in the morning, when he has to go to work, when he can take a break, when he can take a lunch break, when in the afternoon he can take a break, what time he can go home, where he needs to live, because obviously he needs to live close to the business, the company that he's with. And then he found out, which it's obvious, that they dictate to him when he's going to be able to take a vacation. And after a couple 3 months of that, all of a sudden he quit. He's unemployed now, and now he's asking me, well, gosh, that seems like an awful lot of work to me to create an income online. And he's looking for a quick get-rich scheme, that he can do it, and there's no such thing. So why is this so clear to me, yet seems to be totally invisible to my friends? Well, guess what? It turns out the difference between them and myself is simply the way I think. So now let me share with you the principles, the way I think. If you will start thinking this way, your life will totally change. Your lifestyle will go to the next level. And these are just very, very fundamental principles that I want to share with you. First of all, you have to manage your expectations. If you think that you're going to get rich quick, what do you think is going to happen? So you see, it's very important to think and feel and act the way I do in order to work from home and have an online business. So if you think you're going to get rich, quick, what's going to happen? You're going to feel like you failed when you don't. On the other hand, if you manage your expectations and you don't think that you're gonna get rich quick, all right, only that if you apply yourself, you're gonna start generating income and it's gonna start coming in. I mean, it could be 60 days out before you see your first check. But that feeling when you get that first check is incredible. You have to understand that there's not a magic button. Once you start your online business, you're going to push that button and all of a sudden the checks are going to come and your bank account's going to get filled. It doesn't happen that way. You have to apply yourself. You have to work at it. It's work. It's hard work. But I assure you, I have more fun walking 3 or 4 feet into my office here at home or out on the beach sitting than I do to report to that boss, all right, where he tells me when and what and where I must live my life. Yes, you have to just realize that things don't happen overnight and that it takes time to build your business. So now, if you think the right way, not going to give up, because guess what? You're never going to feel like you failed because your thinking's right. I'm telling you, you can expect to make very little your very first year. Okay, principle number 2. Your new business is a growing entity. Sometimes the money that you make today is because of the work you did last year. And sometimes the work that you're doing today will not really pay off until someday in the future. I mean, that's just the way it is. It's kind of like growing a garden. You can't put the seed in the soil and then the next day wake up and there's your crop. It doesn't work that way. Let me share a little story, an experience I had about a year and a half into operating my home-based business. I'm out on a cruise, okay, and enjoying life and just having a ball out there, but also realizing how much money I was spending, and I hadn't really generated a whole bunch of money with my online business. However, as curiosity would have it, I had my laptop with me, and I just couldn't resist the temptation of going into my PayPal account every day or so to see what happened. So this one particular morning, I go to my account, and guess what? I had $986 laying in there. $986 while I'm out on a cruise. And the same thing happens when I'm sitting on the beach operating my business, like you see me up there in the top right corner. Life is good when you have a home-based business and it starts clicking. Okay, now let me share something with you. Let me help you understand something about getting rich quick. Okay, let's take a look at this graph. The line, the vertical line running up and down, that's money. That's the money that you earn. But down there along the bottom, that horizontal line, that's the time you have to put into your business. The hours, the days, the weeks, the months. Now believe me, there are those out there, very, very few, that get rich quick, okay? That's that line that just, shazam, goes straight up after spending a few hours or a couple of days in their online business. But believe me, that doesn't happen very often at all. So now let's take a look at it. If you stay the course, if you're committed to your business and committed to your vision of being able to operate from home or out on the beach, all right? Now it just starts up a little gradually. All of a sudden you're making a little money, and then a little bit more money as you move out through the weeks and the months. And then all of a sudden, maybe a year and a half out, all of a sudden, bam-o, there it goes, straight up. All of a sudden, every morning you wake up and there's that money in the PayPal account or that check in the mail. It's a great feeling. So that principle number 2, you must understand that your business is a growing entity. It doesn't happen overnight. It doesn't fall out of the sky. There's no magic button or magic bullet. You've got to work at it. Okay, principle number 3. The money is in the knowledge and not the degree. Let me repeat that. The money is in the knowledge and not the degree. Okay, there are 2 types of people as far as I'm concerned. There are those people who are not wealthy or rich, and what they do is they go to school to get a degree so that somebody will give them a job. On the other hand, now the wealthy or the rich go to school, then take the knowledge that they've learned to start their own thing. They make something out of it. And those people don't ask for jobs. They make them. They make jobs. And so you see the picture of the red clay? The red clay. That's the people that just don't think. They're just not thinking. So they take those thoughts and they start feeling that way, and then they act that way. They're not thinking like the rich, the wealthy. Okay, so now you see on the screen, it says Dobson's School of Thought. That's your degree. So here's what I want you to do now. I want you to go to Staples or Office Max. I want you to buy some real soft 8.5 by 11 paper, okay? Put it in your copy machine. I want you to take that diploma, okay? I want you to print it off. I want you to slide it through and make a copy of it, okay? Now I want you to wait a couple of days, all right, till you really get plugged up. And the picture tells it all. I want you to go in, and you know what? And now, when you're done with your job, don't be reaching for that image that you see on the left. I want you to use that degree that you just made a copy of. And now before I share principle number 4, I want you to frame that degree, and every morning I want you to look at that framed picture and say to yourself, no more, no more. I'm going to apply myself, and I'm going to create my own economy with my own business of business opportunities, making a living from home and changing my lifestyle. Now, principle number 4, you must understand that you are your own asset. You are now the boss. You are the person, all right, that is given the orders. You're no longer taking orders. Okay, principle number 5. If you're going to be your own boss, you have to be a decision maker. All right? When you say you're going to do something, you have to do it. No longer can you give excuses. No longer can you blame someone. No longer can you procrastinate. You got to get it done. Okay? When you say you're going to do something, do it. Okay, the next few slides, I'm just going to let the music play. This group, this guy, I should say, he's a rapper, but man, I think it says it all. All right, so I'm just going to let it start playing here. So again, principle number 5, if you're going to be your own boss, you have to be a decision maker. When you say you're going to do something, just do it. Get her done. So becoming your own boss is very similar to working for someone else. How do you feel on your first day at your new job? Are you nervous? Yeah, you probably are. Are you uncomfortable? Yeah, because it's new surroundings, right? You don't make eye contact with anyone, and many times you have absolutely zero idea about what your job really is. If your boss is paying you $30,000 per year, this means that you have $30,000 role to learn his or her company. So now what happens after you've learned your new role? Well, you start feeling comfortable. You start making eye contact. New people start showing up, and suddenly you're not the new guy anymore. You feel comfortable in your new role. If you can learn how to flip, the burgers at McDonald's, you can learn this. On day 1, you're not expected to know anything. The difference between, what I'm about to show you and what you can learn at home, there is some job in this, all right? So what you learn at a job will earn you an hourly wage so long as the company has a need for you. So what you learn from me will set you free. You will never, ever have to worry again about needing someone else to make you money. Okay, principle number 6. You have to stop making excuses. It's a learning process. It is a free school. When I start speaking to someone about this business of business opportunities from home, it's amazing to me the excuses that I get. They start saying like, oh, I don't know how to do PowerPoint, or I don't know how to write a blog, I don't know how to create a website, or I don't know how to create videos, or I don't know how to write articles, or I don't know. Just stop it. Don't give me I don't know how, okay? Obtain the information, obtain the knowledge. Remember the equation: knowledge plus action plus a positive attitude equals success. Google it. Go to YouTube. There are videos, tutorials on how to. Start taking action. No more excuses. Okay, principle number 7. You have to take responsibility for yourself. You're now in business for yourself. You're an online business owner. So you're the only person who can make it happen. You and you alone. You know, that's why we get back to those 3 words. Think I'm an owner. You start feeling like an owner, and then you start acting like an owner. If you don't do it, it'll never happen. Now, principle number 8. A business is no more than a thought in your mind. I mean, that's what happened with Apple. I mean, it began with a thought. Any big company or any company, that's the way the business gets started. It was a thought, and then they started feeling it, and then they started acting upon it. So you have the power right now to bring your own very own business into existence. And now, principle number 9. We are all traffic generators. Internet traffic equals internet real estate. The more content you get out there, the more powerful your website is, the more powerful your articles and the blogs and the videos are, the more that internet real estate you obtain. And unless someone can find you, all right, the website or a blog or a video is no more, it's kind of like your address, all right? And unless someone knows you're there, they're not going to be able to find you. So you got to understand how to market, how to position yourself out there to get your share of the internet real estate. And those are some of the things that we'll share with you. And your goal, obviously, is to position yourself over time so that others generate traffic for you. And that's what they call residual income. And that's when it really gets exciting. Okay, principle number 10. You have to get going now. You have to you have to start somewhere. It's taken me 3 to 3.5 years, almost 4, to learn all the things that I know right now, and there's much more to learn. The number of ways there are to make money online are utterly incredible. I mean, the number is mind-boggling. And the learning process, it never stops. So where do you get started? Well, first of all, you got to choose your first product, okay, to promote. Then you've got to create your site so that your traffic isn't wasted out there and no one knows where you're located. Third, you need to learn free ways to generate traffic then to your website. And 4, then you just need to do it. You need to go through the motions. You need to take action. So my suggestion would be to start off, go to www.mypaydayforyou.info. And here is an incredible way that you can start generating traffic and earn money right away. Again, that's www.mypaydayforyou.info. Okay, guys and gals, I appreciate very much your time and your interest. I wish you the most success in the world, and here are your free bonuses. All you have to do is click on the link underneath this video, put in your name and your email address, and I'll send you the 10 basics for starting your own online business, as well as my free 8-day boot camp with a lot of information and tools and strategies that you can start using today to start driving business to you. And I again appreciate your time, and I'll either catch you on the next video or I'll catch you out on the beach.